At Cowboys headquarters, the Star in Frisco, Mike Fisher, Richie Witt, as the Cowboys get ready for another Thanksgiving feast. We have covered a zillion of these.
Yeah.
A big advantage for the Cowboys to play at home at Thanksgiving with the other team in a hotel, no family, no turkey. That's how it's supposed to work, right?
That's how Tex Schramm envisioned it when he came up with this, 6 decades ago, it feels like. The Cowboys, yes, playing the short week. The other team travels. That in itself should give them advantage. And you look at their record; they're way over 500. The meaningful games they've won at home on Thanksgiving usually gives them a late season boost, and there's no reason to think it shouldn't this year.
What do we say to the other NFL owners who sometimes say, "Hey, what about us?"
You say, you know what? Jerry Jones will show them the TV ratings and say, when you have these, come back and talk to us. But the Cowboys are still the marquee team. Their ratings, again, this year through the roof. And the NFL on Thanksgiving, it's a huge TV watching day. They're going to put their primo team in the primo slot, and it's not going to change until somebody challenges the Cowboys in popularity. In performance, Cowboys have been lapped 100 times over by teams. Popularity, they're still right there.
Also in the mix is the grandfather clause issue, because once upon a time, this even predates us, nobody else wanted it.
Right.
The Lions had one, and the league said, who wants it? And Tex has the wisdom to say, we'll go ahead and sneak that in, and nobody else wanted it. So Jerry can not only wave around the TV ratings, he can wave around the grandfather clause. Of course, if it was an automatic advantage, Detroit would be good.
I was about to say that. Yeah. But Jerry can say, you know what? You're talking to the wrong person. Our game is working with the way we run it. The halftime show is always really popular, TV ratings. But head up north a little bit with Detroit. They've been doing it as long as we have, and there's room. If you want to slide into a Thanksgiving Day game, bump the Lions out because they're atrocious year after year after year. And I don't think there's anything special about watching the Lions get beat on Thanksgiving. There is something special about the Cowboys in a marquee matchup.
By the Bears.
Yeah,
every year.
Every year.
Like
Some NFC Central team just kills them. NFC North team, yeah.
Richie Witt, Mike Fisher, specifically to this game, Raiders at Cowboys. Derek Carr is on record as saying, because they've lost 3 straight, the Raiders have, it's all my fault. The fact is, and I'm not trying to be insensitive here, some of this might be Henry Ruggs' fault, and some of it might be John Gruden's fault.
Yeah, I mean, think of what they've been through this year, right? I mean, either one of those incidents can derail a team. I mean, you lose your deep threat, the guy who's, he helped them win games early. He's not just a guy on the team.
He's their CeeDee Lamb.
Absolutely.
Is what he's supposed to be.
And that would derail a team, as we've seen with the Cowboys losing Amari Cooper, losing Lamb last week. It affects everything. But that's nothing compared to what happened with Gruden. You lose your head coach.
Yeah.
A couple games into the year, and don't just lose him. You lose him in that way. It makes the players question. This is the guy we were hanging our hat on, and we hitched our wagon to him. It just makes you question everything. I give him credit for having a decent season in the wake of 2 tsunamis coming down on him.
In fact, Rich Bisaccia, our old friend, the special teams coach here formerly, is now the temporary head coach there, the interim head coach, and he does get credit for trying to keep this thing together.
It hasn't fallen apart.
With duct tape, except for the 3 straight losses. They lose to Cincinnati and look bad doing it.
Yeah.
It's worth noting, obviously, we're not saying that John Gruden's alleged crime is worse than Henry Ruggs. We're saying that in terms of the impact to a team, the face of that franchise, unless you count the Davis family, is John Gruden, and away he goes. So Cowboys get back on the winning side on Thursday, right?
They have to win this game, right? The Raiders are coming in limping. The Raiders have been through a gauntlet of a year, like we've talked about. They've been taking body blows all year. Cowboys, I wasn't shocked by what happened up in Kansas City. I'm shocked they didn't find the end zone, but CeeDee Lamb totally threw a wrench in their plans, and Kansas City's defense still can bring a pass rush. Without Tyron, without CeeDee Lamb, without Amari Cooper, that's 3 of your top 5 offensive players gone against a decent defense. It's going to happen. The Raiders do not bring that kind of defense. They're not going to be able to put that kind of pressure on Dak Prescott. The Cowboys will win this game.
As we sit here now in advance of Raiders at Cowboys, Cowboys are optimistic about Tyron Smith playing with the ankle and optimistic about CeeDee Lamb getting through the protocol for concussion, even though there's a 5-step program you got to get through. How you crowd 5 steps into 3 days, we're about to find out.
It's the same way Jerry was optimistic Zach Martin could play the opener, the COVID protocol, saying we'll get a positive test, on the way to the field. That's just Jerry, right?
We'll see who shows up, but we do think the real Cowboys will show up against the Raiders. For Richie Witt, Fish, out.